And here we are live. Hello, FRF Nation. Aaron Zamzo here. Josh Fulk over there. I got it right this time. We have been working feverishly behind the scenes to try to get some good content for you. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about how to stay motivated with some great tips. We actually have an announcement about a virtual workout event that the FRF that we are doing to benefit the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. And I thought, what a great way to bring Josh in, who just completed his first half-ironman. Congratulations, my friend. So
thank you.
You've lost 130 pounds. Now you said, I'm going to do this crazy half-ironman. You got that checked off. Now you're like, hey, I'm going to go back to the scale weight a little bit and might as well knock off this FRF 5K, which is a little bit different event to keep you motivated, right?
With some of my other goals that I have this year too. So it kind of works.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I thought you're the perfect person for this. And we're going to try to keep the videos brief as we can and still hit the points. But it's really, for me, when I look at goal setting, I always go back to you. You're very analytical. You're very driven by, what you can see as far as progress. And that kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of the stuff that we'll talk about. The first thing that we actually are going to talk about, along with tips of staying motivated, is just setting a goal in general, right?
You got to find something that you take passion in and what you're wanting to do. If it's weight loss, you need to focus on weight loss, not anything else. If you're wanting to focus on it, focus on weight loss. Getting stronger, I mean, that's another big goal to set sights on. So I know each one of our goals change depending on what we're doing.
Yeah, and a lot of it's motivated by other factors. Like for you, if you don't mind me telling your story, you went to the doctor. The doctor said, man, you are overweight, you're stressed out, you're high blood pressure, you're at this age, man, you're going down your health is going down the wrong direction, and you need to start doing it. And it was that was like your aha moment, and that motivated your goal. And now, as you accomplish one goal, something else motivates you, right? Like
it's progressive.
Yes, right. But it's a process, right? It's setting goals is a process. And I personally have done a lot of research in this, but working with athletes like you, I think you would probably agree that about every 8 weeks is a great kind of goal time frame, right? Like when you were training for that Ironman or half Ironman, you would always tell me, okay, like this 8 weeks, I'm going to focus on stamina. I'm going to focus on this. And you're really good at setting that up.
And usually every 8 weeks, I have something that tests me to do a checkpoint of kind of like a check to where I'm at. So 4 miles of running, what's my pace? I mean, that might not be for everybody 4 miles. That might be 1 mile. What's your pace?
But you make it real personal. You make it about what you want to accomplish. And I think, for you, and I can say the same thing. Every 8 weeks, I try to set myself up to do something different. And it, might be, hey, I want to be able to do 15 pull-ups, or I want to do this, or, get down to a certain percentage. But you got to find something that also internally motivates you. And we'll probably talk a little bit more about this as we
when we're doing that. It helps to put it down somewhere. So as you are looking at your goals, you gotta either write it down, or I post mine. I mean, I'll throw mine out there. Whenever I signed up for the half Ironman a year and a half ago, I put it out there. Hey, I'm doing a half Ironman. And it was so big last year that all the races got shut down. I was so determined that I was going to do the distance. I found a local 70.3 to do just a day earlier than what I was supposed to do. Right. So I was so set that I didn't want that goal to waver or that goal to hang over my head. I wanted to do that last year, so I did it. So then this year I made it official by actually doing a half Ironman. Right. So it was actually the branded.
But you wrote it down, like whether it's social media. I personally have a little log where I'll write down what my goal is. And then, first I'll choose it. I'll write it down, kind of like what you said, whether it's telling your loved ones or posting on social media, you're like, hey, this is what I'm committing to. This is what my goal is. It does make a huge difference.
Yeah. And the thing is as you're writing them down or you're posting on social media, it's easier to be held accountable for that, because somebody's going to come back. And I've had somebody come back on my post and go, hey, how are you doing on this? And it might be a post from a month ago, but they followed it. So they went back and commented. So then I got to follow a plan to make sure I get to that goal. And that was where that year and a half, I started a plan of getting and preparing for that date, that race, about 6 months out. And whenever it got canceled 2 months out, I'd already put in 4 months of work. So I wasn't going to let them 4 months go to waste.
Right? Especially because you had posted, this is what my goal was. So even if I can't do that event, I'm still going to accomplish that goal because you said it, you wrote it, and you had your plan. So you're like, hey, I might as well just keep following through this plan. Especially like you said something that I think that's important is I put the work in for 4 months. I kept changing my plan and progressing. So now I'm just going to go all the way through with it. But I think that's one thing that really, I feel like when I work with athletes, firefighters, EMTs, medics, and even when we do our little coaching every once in a while, I think that's one of the things why you've been so successful and other people have been so successful is that they continually just think, all right, I got to stay true to the plan, because there's always times where you want to deviate, right? You just like, yep.
And the real test days are the days that you don't want to do it. That makes you stronger to get to that goal. I mean, I could quit any day, but if somebody sees me in the gym loafing off and I'm not sweating my ass off, sorry to say, but I mean, somebody's going to call BS on me, and you're not putting in the work. Why should I?
Well,
I mean, I've
been doing this for years. You're more likely to call BS on you. I just know that about working with you. But the point here that we're trying to make is that now that you set that goal, you wrote it down, follow a plan to achieve that goal, take an actionable plan. And that's one of the things I think we do really well with FRF workouts is we have 8-week workouts based on, hey, if you want to lose weight, here's a great FRF program. If you want to gain strength, here's one. If you want to improve performance, if you want to accomplish the FRF 5K, we actually have a plan and program for you set up. So if you think, hey, there's no way I can do this virtual event, or there's no way I can run a 5K, BS, we got a whole plan for you. And it worked for over 400 people last year. And I know, and Josh is, after all of his training, said, hey, this is a really, really good program and plan. So regardless of what your goal is, get that program, get that plan. Again, make it about 8 weeks, keep reassessing. And then
and you got to start working with friends too.
Yes.
I mean, it's all about me. I mean, Zamzow and I talk all the time, shoot messages back and forth of he'll check in on me on a random day. He won't hear from me probably for about a week, and then he shoots me a message. Hey, how's it going?
How we doing?
And it's kind of like that check.
Well, and we all need them. My crew does that to me because every once in a while they'll ask me, hey, how is this going? Oh, I saw this. When I go to conferences, people will say hi. And for me personally, I don't want to talk about this stuff and not be kind of an example. And so you guys all motivate me. But the biggest thing, like with crew workouts, and when you're going through let's say a goal, you'd really be surprised at how many people want to support you, number one, and have a similar goal, or use each other to motivate. Last year, go ahead. What do you got?
Having people that want kind of the same goal of weight loss, or if you have a lot in your fire station that want to lose weight, maybe do a weight loss contest. So all of you can combine and push it. And that helped me quite a bit at our station when we done it. I mean, build that same relationship. I hang out because I want to do a longer distance race eventually. I hang out with people that want to do longer races.
Right.
If you want to be, kind of goes back to the fact, if you want to be a millionaire, you hang out with millionaires. If you want to be fit, you got to hang out with people that want to be fit.
Yeah. Well, and it's just, you talk about, obviously, trying to lose weight. You're more likely to be successful if a family member is working with you. We've talked about that extensively. So find someone that maybe a crew member or someone else that said, hey, I want to try to get in shape. Call them out, call each other out, and use that for a positive kind of peer pressure in a way. And then one of the things, and you mentioned a weight loss challenge like with the department, or what we're doing with FRF is we created this event to benefit the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, because there was a lot of people in the midsummer time that are like, hey, I just lost 15 pounds with FRF. It started in January and now it's June, and I feel really good. The weight loss isn't motivating me as much. So we created this event. Last year we raised almost $10,000 for the Fallen Firefighters Foundation. But one of the things that I think both you and I were a little surprised at is how many people said, hey, I was looking for this event just to keep me motivated, and that's,
and keeping yourself motivated for a cause. It always adds that little bit of oomph to it.
Right.
I mean, I did one on my own not too long ago, and I raised $1,555 for a responder rescue down in St. Louis that helps with mental health and that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, I did the 4x4x48 where I ran 48 miles in 48 hours. And whenever I hit my goal of $250, I was thrilled, because I mean, that's what I was
right.
looking at.
There's something bigger than yourself. Right. It wasn't about you at that point. It was about, other people believing in you, and that helps motivate you. Same thing, hey, I'm going to enter this race or this event or this challenge, and it's going to benefit other brothers and sisters in the fire service or other first responders, whether that be medics, dispatchers, police officers, whatever that may be. And these are great events. They help you stay motivated. They're helping, to benefit all of us. Correct.
Yeah.
And
I've always been hesitant to raise money for a cause, because I mean, I don't know who watches or that. And I found out more people watched me and was willing to donate for a cause because they got motivation off of me and had seen the progress. And because of that motivation, they donated to the cause because they were benefiting off of my motivation and success. So they pushed themselves because they seen, hey, if he can do it at 425 pounds,
right.
Why can't I do it whenever I'm only 300?
Well, and that's it, or even 200. And that brings us to our final thing. Bringing all of these points together, they kind of lead to, hey, right now we have just launched the FRF 5K, and it helps you set a goal. It it forces you to write it down. If you go through the training program, we have ways that you assess where you're at and how to get to accomplishing the goal of completing the virtual 5K 343. You get social support from our crew and our nation. There's about 3,000 firefighters, EMTs, and medics that are training right now with FRF. You get coaching from me and you and from other members, and it's a benefit for this year for the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation. And it's a great way to stay motivated. It has all of these different things. And if you want more information on it, real briefly, Josh, you're like, you said this a long time ago. You said, there's no way I'm going to ever run a 5K.
Yeah.
And right. And you knock that off right away. But if you're one of those people out there, this isn't your normal 5K. It's you run half a mile, you'll do 50 push-ups, and then half a mile and do another 50 extra reps of something. The total of 343 reps. It's a total of 5K. It's great to do with friends, family, crew members. You could do it along virtually with Josh and I. If you enter today, you get a training program, and the actual event is in October 1st, 31st. You can do it any day. I'll leave links to the event itself. It's for a great cause. Josh, thanks for really, helping motivate me to do this event. A couple years ago, we started on this. Last year was the first year we do it, so I thank you for that. And you're showing. Right, yeah. So I met him. I met Josh down in his hometown, and we You know, we kind
I
of
came up to you.
Yeah. So this year, our goal, we want 1,000 people in it. If you have questions, reach out to Josh or I. Buddy, thanks a lot for the tips. Thanks for you know, tagging in. Anything else you want to add? Oh, you probably want to tell people if you're going to start running, have good shoes, right? Like you found out that value.
Oh yeah. We can talk about shoes some other time, but yeah, that's very important.
Yeah. Well, and we'll talk as
I go through shoes like nothing.
and gear. You know, there's so much that goes into this event behind the scenes and also for training. But you got your great program. Enter today, and then you'll get access to us doing these live fitness tips, and we'll have other guests. But buddy, thanks for the time. For all you that are listening out there, please click the link. Consider joining our FRF virtual 5K 343 event. Thanks so much for the support. We'll talk to you guys all soon.